Today we are working on 7.3 additional practice. So we're just going to be doing a little bit more work with our percentages and practicing setting up some problems. So on this video, I'm going to go over problems 1 through 5 on your assignment in Ed and help you set those up. So let's first take a look and think about this question here. So we want to see what we can match up here. So we've got the words total, percent, of, 100, is, part. So we've got 3 fractions here, 3 equivalent fractions we want to set up here. So I'm going to put percent here, and I want you to think what percent always goes over. So percent always should be over 100 here. So I'm going to so when we know 100%, I want you to think of these words, total, of, is, part. What word could we put down here matching with 100? So when we have 100% of something, we have the total. So think about what's going to go on top of the total to match with percent. The part is the percent. So the percent is a part of it. If we have 100%, we have the total amount. So we've got these words of and is left. So when we have a total of something, that goes on the bottom, and the part tells us what it is. This is how much we have. This is how much it's out of. So think about if you hear these words of and is, or parts and totals, we want our totals on the bottom, our parts on the top here. So number 1 says there are 12 equally sized pieces of cornbread. So we know we have 12 pieces. Ken eats 3 of the pieces. What percent has he eaten? So we know that he ate 3 pieces. He ate 3 parts of it. There were 12 parts to make the total. And then it asks what percent. So we're looking for our percent. And remember, percents are always out of 100 here. So then you should be able to finish that problem there. A puzzle has 80 pieces. So here's our total. The puzzle has 80 pieces. Here's another good clue. Listening to those words that are used. Does it have? Is that? Okay. Carlos has done 60% of the puzzle. So he's done 60%. So let's write 60% as a fraction. So try that. So that should be 60 out of 100, 60% out of 100. And then we know the puzzle had a total of 80 pieces. And remember, our totals always go on the bottom here. So we're looking for what part of the puzzle he has put together here. Okay, number 3 says an aquarium has a ratio of 5 rays for every 3 sharks. So we've got rays is 5, sharks is 3, and we also want to think about if we have rays and sharks together for the total, 5 plus 3 is 8. So let's just keep that in the back of our minds. What is it asking us to do? What percent of this group of animals are rays, and what percent of the group are sharks? So we need to think about this in a different way here. And we're going to round to the nearest tenth if we need to. So we can't just compare 3 and 5. So out of the group of animals is what it says. What percent of this group are rays? So we know we have 5 rays, but out of the group total, we have 8. And then we want to know the percent. So what percent, and percents are always out of 100. So this is going to tell us the rays, and now it wants to know what percent are sharks. So if we have 3 sharks out of the group of animals, the group of animals is 8, then what percent, so we were looking for the percent, percents are always out of 100 here. So when we find these 2 answers together, they should add up to 100 there. So 100% of our 8 animals were either rays or sharks. 5 plus 3 is 8. So the percent of rays and the percent of sharks should together equal 100% or 8 animals. Hey, number 4 says that Gwen earned $350 in a month. So here's how much total she earned. And she saved 20% of this. So 20%. Gwen has saved blank dollars so far. She is saving for a new game system. So let's just start with this and see how much she has saved. So remember, 350 was a total, and then here's our percent. So go ahead and see if you can write out that problem. So I know 350 should be on the bottom because it's a total, and 20% as a fraction is 20 out of 100. So this will tell me how much money she's saved. She saves 20, so 20 is what she saves. So that will be our first answer here. She saved this much money. And she wants a new game system, which costs $450. So if this is how much she did in 1 month, we need to take that and divide it into 450 to see how many months it's going to take her to do that. Or do repeated addition to see how many times each month she'll have to save that amount of money to get to $450. Okay, and the last one I'm going to help you set up today says that Michael's pool holds 21,000, I feel like it's missing a word, let's say gallons here, 21,000 gallons. So this is the total that it can hold. And right now it is 90% full. How many gallons of water are in the pool? So here's our total. This is what it can hold. So we want to put that on the bottom. And then see if you can write 90% as a fraction, which is 90 out of 100. The percent always, always, always matches up to 100. And we want to know how many gallons are in the pool at 90%. So each time, just think about, what is my total? What is my percent? Do I know how much we have? Am I looking for the percent? So set up your problem with what you know before you start doing anything. Hey, let me know if there's anything else I can do to help you today.